A few days ago on this channel, I made a video talking about how there's more cheaters popping up in the zombies community seemingly by the week, and the more that I've actually thought about that topic in the last few days, the more I've actually come to the conclusion of, I'm surprised there isn't more cheaters out there, especially among the content creators and the YouTubers around here, because honestly, it would be really easy to cheat, especially in videos and you're not someone who live streams all that often. Do you know how easy it would be for me to cheat in every single one of my challenges? Just turn God mode on for a little while when I get to a hard bit or right when I'm about to die, and then turn it off and cut the footage. You guys would literally never know. Now that's the thing, I don't actually cheat, and the reason for that is because actually you guys straight up like me failing. You enjoy my suffering way more than you ever would me beating a challenge. I fail most of my challenges, as you can see. In my last one with the SMR, I got to round 49 out of 50. If I wanted to cheat, I could have. It would have been so much easier for me to get to 50 that way. But you guys like to see me suffering. That isn't always the case though. There's a lot of content creators who are going for that image of being a good player. Maybe not necessarily someone who's going to be holding speedrun world records or going to round 255, but they want to go for that image of, I'm a capable player, I can get to round 100, and maybe once in a while I could go for a world record. Maybe I won't break it, but I can get to 4th, 5th, 6th in the world. And if you're going for that type of image, but maybe you aren't necessarily that good of a player, then hey, why not just turn on God mode for a little while? It's a big advantage, honestly, and I'm very surprised the more YouTubers over the years haven't been caught doing that. And it's not just beneficial from a reputation perspective. I mean, honestly, sure, it could be good for your image in the long term, but from a financial perspective, it could make you a lot of money if you do it at the right time. I mean, look at Syndicate with his cheated Kino round 115 game. That thing got tens of millions of views alone. And considering how his channel was doing at the time when he uploaded it, he probably made tens of thousands of dollars off of just that series of videos, and he probably gained somewhere in the neighborhood of, I would guarantee, 100,000 subscribers at minimum. There's still people going and watching it to this day. It's also that long-term knock-on effect for his channel. He was able to catapult off of that video to gain more subscribers and get more views and become even more famous and make more money. That's just kind of how it works, and honestly, it's a great business strategy for him. All he had to do is cheat, and even if he did get caught 8 years later or whatever, he doesn't really care. By the time that anyone ever noticed that he had cheated, he's already become a big multi-millionaire. He has 10 million subscribers on YouTube, and who's gonna stop him? Who cares about the small reputation hit that this one game that he played isn't completely legit? Now, am I defending it? Absolutely the fuck not. I'm pissed off that that video isn't legit, because that's one of the first zombies videos I ever watched. But from a cruel, just point blank numbers perspective, it probably was the best business move he ever fucking made. Actually, scratch that. CSGO Lotto is probably the best business decision he ever made, because scamming kids is always going to be financially beneficial. And he's not the only one that's really ever tried to cheat before. I know Mr. Dalek JD did cheat a 5 world record back in the day, and that video didn't really do as well. I think it has a couple 100,000 views, at least when he took it down, so it's not like it really catapulted in the same way that Syndicates did, but it probably still gave him a decent amount of subscribers at the time. Even going away from just the high round cheating, for the first in the world Easter eggs, there's a lot of times that that Easter egg hasn't been done completely legit. I can think about pretty much everyone in World War II had at least some form of wacky shit going on. Whether it was the mechanics just weren't working and they had to cheese it, or they were purposely using stuff that was broken at the time and the developers hadn't patched. Even going away from just the high round cheaters, there's been a lot of people that for the first in the world Easter eggs have either cheated or not done entirely legit. I could say most of World War II from my memory wasn't done entirely legit. Either it was data mined beforehand, someone had gotten the steps leaked, something had happened, or I think that it might have been for the final one, the Frozen Dawn, there was actually an exploit that was used for the flamethrower. Even for Black Ops 4 as well, all of the steps for Dead of the Night were leaked in some of the live stream chats for the big YouTubers, and they were just following those steps. Everyone can deny them as much as they want, saying, oh, we didn't know the steps were legit, blah blah blah, but after the first one working, you're gonna think to yourself, I'm gonna keep doing this. And if you were someone who finished the Easter eggs first in the world, then at one point you were actually flown out to the studio as a reward. Like, you and your whole team were flown out to the studio, you got to meet the developers, and you were actually given one of those big wrestling championship belts, sort of like what Destiny does. And that's just if you weren't making content. If you were and you finished first in the world, then I guarantee you by the time the boss fight ended, there's going to be a couple thousand people in your live stream. Or if you're the first person to upload it on YouTube, then you're going to get shoutouts from every big YouTuber wanting to re-upload the cutscene. If you were already a big YouTuber and you got first in the world and you didn't do it legit, then you are going to make a lot of money. I don't actually remember off the top of my head if that's ever happened where one of the big YouTubers has been found out to not do it entirely legit. I think that the closest thing that we ever got was Dead of the Night. Also, if you really do want to be semantical about it, then I guess that the big YouTubers did have an advantage for the Easter eggs in Black Ops 3, because if you were flown out to the studio and you were able to play zombies for like 4 hours on the map before anyone else in the world, then you were able to study the footage before it really released, yeah, you're gonna kind of have a leg up on everybody else who's going in blind. So that's where the $1 million question comes in. Do you guys think there's any big zombies YouTubers or streamers out there that are straight up cheating right now? Honestly, I don't really think that there's any big ones. There's no incentive for them to cheat right now because they're not really doing anything that requires much skill. Most people are just reacting to the good players. But who knows, maybe in the future they might actually have a reason to, especially if Goal 4 pops off the way that some people are really hoping that it does. There could be a cheated first in the world. There could be an unlegit high round out there. Who really knows? And the last question I've got for you guys is, do you even care if someone does cheat? If it isn't a world record, then honestly, does it even really matter? I've seen that argument before that if you're not putting it on a leaderboard, then honestly, who cares if you're just doing it for content? Personally, I don't think it should be like that, because if you're going to cheat a challenge, then it just cheapens the efforts of everyone else who's done it legit. Either do it legit or don't do it fucking at all. I know personally I would be really pissed if, let's say, someone wanted to do the Prestige Master no kills in Black Ops 3 and then just said, you know what guys, I skipped like 95% of it and I did just the last Prestige legit. No, I would actually be pissed at that because I've spent literally hundreds of hours doing that myself. Or the round 100 no kills on Black Ops 3. I would be insanely pissed if someone only did around 99, then claimed to got around 100. So with that, I know there's going to be some very interesting debates in the comments, but please try to keep it civil, and while you're down there, please give me a like and subscribe. We are getting really close to 3,000 subs. I would love it if we could hit it with this video. That would be insane. We've gained over 1,000 subs this month on this channel. That's just kind of fucking stupid, but let's keep it going. If we get to 10k by like, I don't know, the end of June or something like that, then I'm just gonna, I don't know, shit my pants or something. Either way, I really do appreciate you guys watching the full thing through. I love you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.